This is AI6YR, just about ready to try to record a pass of the International Space Station talking to a school in Northern California. So we'll see if we can catch it or not.
International Space Station. It's just like in the movies. It's pretty cool.
Oh, there we go.
Over. I have not done that yet, but I hear that when we get back down on Earth, the weight of the gravity just kind of pulls us down, and it takes us a little bit while to get used to it again. Our muscles are pretty strong because we work out, but our middle ear, sometimes it takes a little while to keep our balance. Over. Lightheaded, but we do have a fluid shift, which means we have fluids going into our head, so we get a little bit of higher pressure in there sometimes, and that takes a little while to get used to. It usually takes anywhere from 2 days to 14 days, depending on who the person is, before everything's back to normal. Over. The space station's going on 20 years of operation, and the systems are getting old, and we have to fix them all the time. Just in the last week, I worked on cameras, I worked on fixing computers, and I worked on fixing the toilet, and I worked on fixing several other systems. That's a lot of work. Over. Inside the space station, we do not wear shoes, we just wear socks. And the reason is that we don't really have any weight to put on our feet, so it doesn't really matter. And it's easier to get our feet hooked under the handrails to hold us in a steady position without shoes on. Over. The Tesla on pictures that were sent up to me. It looks pretty cool, but I doubt we'll be able to see it from the space station. Over. Well, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty neat experience. It's like you're gliding along the bottom of a pool, except there's no water. And you're just floating, and there's nothing to pull you down or slow you down. It's really neat. The worst part is, normally when you come up to a desk to eat, you sit down and you eat. But when you come up with no gravity and you go to grab your food, the food actually pushes you away. So it's kind of hard. It's just like typing on a computer. But the best part is you get to float. So it's kind of cool. That put it together for us at NASA and our other space centers are really good at what they do. I have lasagna, I had spaghetti and meatballs, there's oatmeal, there's steak, and it's all really good. All we have to do is heat it up and eat it, and it's great. Drinking water, we have drink bags, and it's just like drinking out of a Camelback when you're out riding your bicycle. That's all. Over.
There's one half of the conversation with the International Space Station with a school in Northern California.
You do get TV and internet in space, but not the same way that you have it on Earth. We have to have someone at our Mission Control Center pump it into our bandwidth and then upload it to us, and we can watch it almost real time, but most of the time it's copied or recorded and then sent up. The internet that we use is very slow. We actually do it through a computer that we control on Earth, so there's a lot of delays on that. But it's better than nothing, and it works pretty good. just goes into a spherical shape, and it just floats around. If you push on that spherical shape, you can put little waves kind of that go through it, and it'll blob around a little bit until it'll eventually damp out and become a sphere again. Over. That is an excellent question, and yes, we do worry about it. We measure radiation over the long term every day, and when we look at it for each individual that comes up here, we have to learn how to protect ourselves from radiation better if we expect to go to Mars. This is a great place to do that and a great place to understand it. And yes, we are subject to maybe a little bit more radiation up here than we are on Earth. Over. Well, it is possible, and the Russians launched a couple of dogs back in the 60s where I think they covered.
Well, that was one half of the conversation with an astronaut with a school in Northern California. Looks like they're out of my line of sight, but that is the International Space Station from, in my case, a mobile radio. Just listening in and shifting a little bit for Doppler shift there. So this is AI6YR.